Welcome everybody. Today we'll be talking about uncomfortable conversations on Laid Back the Drinker podcast. So is there any need for us to have uncomfortable conversations? Are these conversations actually important in relationships? Are they hurtful? Are they helpful? Can they be said in a less hurtful way? So to help me talk about this today, I have with me Ferdinand. Ferdinand and I, we go way back, and we met how many years ago in college?
It's been a while though, man, bruh. That's probably like, I'm trying to look back now. It should be like almost, say, 13, 14 years ago.
Yeah. So we've known each other for years now, and yeah, Ferdinand is quite famous on Twitter Nigeria, and I chose to talk about the conversation with him because he tweets a lot of uncomfortable truths. Let me put it that way, uncomfortable truths. So I think you're the best person to actually have this conversation with. Welcome to the podcast. So
thank you, my brother. It's nice to have you here too, man. Nice to be here.
Yeah, it's good to have this chat. It's been a long while. So what do you think about uncomfortable conversations? Do you think it's something you're comfortable to have, or do you find it so uncomfortable to actually talk about things?
I think, to my own perspective, I think first of all we should sample what is uncomfortable conversations. Like, what do you define as uncomfortable conversation? I think those are conversations that probably stir up emotions, or triggers some kind of I wouldn't say trauma, but they just bring some kind of trigger. I say conversations that will probably have to need a trigger warning.
Yeah.
So before we have them, and conversations that you feel like would, if you know the how would I put it? If you know the emotions of the other person or how they react, even if these conversations are not generally uncomfortable to you, you always see them as uncomfortable to the person because of their nature. You understand?
Yeah.
So those can also be defined as uncomfortable conversations generally. So yes, I wouldn't. Maybe when I was younger, I was the type to always feel like somebody was trying to attack me, or I didn't see the objective part of criticism. You understand? When it is directed at me, I might say it when it's directed at other people, but when it's directed at me, I probably don't. I'm just blind to it. I'm like, okay, like there's an attack, or this person don't like me, or stuff like that. When I was younger, but growing up, I actually put myself first of all. Always looking at myself as like, whatever people are saying to me, I'm trying to build myself up here, you understand? I'm trying to be a better person. It is not about what they're telling me, you understand? It's not necessarily about how they're telling me. It's about me actually just looking at that, doing some retrospection whenever someone says something to me, you understand? Like, is there any truth in this? Have I been able to, like, is there any kind of truth in whatever they're saying? I'm not trying to be confrontational, first of all. I'm trying to actually just, listen, first of all, then do some kind of self-introspection. If you objectively know that what they're saying is trash, is out of spite, out of malice, then you know that, then you can ignore that. But if you know that there's any kind of truth in it, it's okay for you to actually see and want to do better as a human. That's what we aspire to do better as people, you understand?
Yeah, I agree.
So those conversations, the weird part is, no matter how you grow, you understand, no matter how much you better yourself, your impact is not felt in the world if other people are not willing to be better too, you understand?
True.
If you say you change now and become a better person in a household where everybody's not a better person, you understand?
Yeah.
Somehow, some way, they end up alienating you, because okay, all right, what is this crap, Do you understand?
Yeah, like it's like it's like taking 2 steps forward or 3 steps backward, because
exactly.
Like improving, you're wasting your time, really.
You're wasting your time. You understand? You just want to be like a good person, and they're all looking at you like maybe you are faking a character, or you're just So I feel like it's almost always going to be a consensus effort from people, like to be able to have those conversations, like So a lot of people have been in situations, and lately I was in a situation. Let me tell you a story. A situation I was in lately. About uncomfortable conversations like this. When someone told you, I'm not gonna name names or whatnot, but somebody told you about something, right? They did in the past.
Yeah.
Like to confide in you so you can help them, right?
Yeah.
And you did help them in that time. Then, after a while, maybe like a year later, and because they probably are forgetful, so they were judging somebody else on that same thing they told you about. You understand that you helped them about because they forgot, probably told you, right?
Yeah.
And me being the blunt person that I am, I brought it back straight up, like, yo, didn't you do the same thing a while ago? Am I not remembering clearly? And this person looked me dead in the eye and denied. You understand?
But to be fair, what do you expect the person to do in that context? Because people,
bro, listen. I never felt more insulted, bro. People looked at me dead in the eye and denied, like, no, it wasn't different. It was more subtle. It was mild. This wasn't different. It wasn't the same thing. It was different. Like, it wasn't the same thing. This is not what I told you. I told you something else. I'm like, are you shitting me? Like, you're making me look like I'm crazy, and that is more insulting to me than anything. You understand? Like, you looking me dead in the eye and lying to me about something you told me that I even helped you financially about, and the only reason I helped you financially about is because of the exact thing you told me. Because if it was lesser than that, I wouldn't have helped you then. You understand?
Yeah.
And guess what that person did? What? They went on the how people get on the defensive offensive, defensive, and this person actually called the phone on me out of like, I don't like this, and I called the phone on me, and we haven't spoken since then. And this is somebody that would normally apologize because I feel like they're a little thoughtful, or they will look at what you've done in the past for them, they will come apologize. But this person called the phone on me, and that was that relationship forever. You understand?
Yeah, but like, since we're talking about comfortable conversation, like, there's one thing I've come to realize. People like we find it so easy to criticize other people, judge other people, but once it comes to ourselves, we always find excuses or make it like mild and like it is nothing. So if you are the person like telling your friend now, but you did this, the person will go on the defensive and tell you, no, I didn't do that.
Excuse me, you know what it is? Everything I told you right now is what you just replay back to me. You understand? Because listen, let me tell you, this person was judging somebody else. You understand? First of all, for the same thing they did in the past, right? Then I brought it back to them, like, oh, yo, listen, but you did the same thing, and your reaction was to actually just cut me off because you can't stand the shame of you lying to me. First of all, you can't stand the shame of you being me finding out that you're a judgmental prick.
Yeah, but
you know. But me telling you is that's the uncomfortable conversation. That's the uncomfortable conversation part that I was trying to say. Yeah. Like, me bringing it to your notice that you said the same thing. That's that uncomfortable. How did you act? What was it? Your reaction to it? Your reaction to it was to fight me, because now we're in the position where you've been boxed and you're cornered. You look like lion animal. You understand?
Yeah.
Your reaction is, okay, let me cut this relationship off because now they can't see me the same. They already cut me. Some people are just weird. Human beings are weird, first of all. So I don't think, no matter how much you talk about uncomfortable conversations, or how you want to have them, or how you should actually make them more pleasant, people are weird. You understand?
No. Like, but that's what I'm trying to say here. Like, the truth is, human beings are weird. We're all weird. And it's now left for us to actually understand that. For example, like, I'll use myself. Like, I realized sometimes I don't take criticism well. So these days, before I give any criticism, I actually ask myself, can I actually take it now? So that when you give me, I can actually take it properly. But criticism is something I don't think anybody likes it. I've never seen anybody who just accepts criticism just like that. Yep.
It depends, and also, I understand that part, but like, I feel like people giving criticism for you to even take serious, you actually could tell criticism that are genuine, and you could tell people, ones that people are just trying to be spiteful or offensive. You understand?
Exactly.
If somebody that cares about you comes to talk to you like they care about you,
then
going online and being like, it's just like, okay, for instance, how we criticize artists that do music, right?
Yeah.
Me talking shit about Whiskey's music or talking shit about David does not affect them by any means, does not affect their market base, does not affect their, does not even affect the quality of music they play, you understand? That's my opinion. But that criticism, even if they hear it or not, if they choose to take it or not, it has nothing to do for their career, you understand?
Yeah. But to be fair, it can actually affect them, because if they have a lot of people criticizing their music, it's going to affect them as well.
Yes. But presently, I'm just saying presently. I'm saying presently. I'm not talking about in the past. Present as it is. Yeah. They might have a lot of people criticizing. They already figured out how these things work for them. You understand? So my criticism is a waste of time. They're successful artists. They have the market base that that is not that you can't even comprehend. Yeah. So my criticism I'm just talking about their present status now. Maybe criticizing their present status now, criticizing the kind of music or whatnot they do is a waste of my time.
Yeah.
They are, they're already successful or whatever they're doing. So my criticism is just crap. So that's what I'm saying. So somebody, okay, say I'm not even talking about the internet right now. Say in real life, right? You're doing something that's a little annoying to people or to your family or to your spouse or to your siblings or whatnot, and they actually specifically call you and talk to you about it. Sometimes in that you see that is not criticism. I know that is not malicious criticism, or that's not them being spiteful. That is somebody caring about you, or somebody, or you doing something that affects them and then bringing it to your notice, you understand?
Yeah.
So that is a different ballgame. On the internet, you really cannot just go around there accepting all criticism from mad people.
No, the internet is just I'm even talking about uncomfortable conversations where you have with friends, spouses, partners, and because when you think about it, I think the world is so fake that if you actually tell people how you actually feel, not in a malicious way, but for example, let's say something happened and at the end of the day I call you out and tell you, oh, my brother, we've known for years, but this thing you did today, I don't like it. Most people, instead of accept, yes, it's okay to get defensive because we don't like criticism, I understand that, but is
that you define that as criticism? When I say this thing you did to me, I don't like it, do you define that as criticism?
No, I don't know how to explain it. Not just that, but for example, criticism, maybe call you out, maybe like you said, your family call you out on this particular thing you did that actually affects everybody. So it's criticism and it's still uncomfortable for a lot of people because most people are so scared because they don't know how you're going to take it. So that's what makes a lot of people uncomfortable, because they are so scared to actually piss you off, and they are so scared to actually that you might end up hitting them. Nobody likes people hitting them. But at the end of the day, what actually happens is, I know, when you have this conversation, it's normal for the person to get defensive. It's okay, it's normal. The person will get defensive and get upset. But you would expect the person to actually go back and think introspectively and see, okay, do you know what? Do I really do this to people? Do I really do that? And then the person can work on it. But in most cases, what you actually find that is most you off or getting so angry and eliminating you for life. They feel like you are the devil.
Yeah. That's the weirdest shit. That's the weirdest shit that I said that I kind of noticed about people, you understand?
Yeah.
In face of some kind of criticism, instead of them to address it or for them to actually own up to it, the preferred choice, actually the more comfortable choice for them is actually to cut you off.
Yeah.
And that's just the height of not being able to accept criticism, you understand? That's just the height of it. And the people like that are really, really, it's disturbing for me, you understand? Somebody to actually not be able to acknowledge the fact that even if you lie to somebody, you understand, and they catch you lying, is your next option to cut them off forever, you understand? Because they caught you lying. That's not the comfortable option in the long. It's not a viable option for you in the long option, in the long run. Yeah. Because how many people would you do that to? Imagine how many times you ever are privileged in your life. Because I feel like it's a privilege to actually meet people that are honest to you. That will tell you when you lie to their face, like, yo, you did, people that pamper you or condone your ill behavior. I feel like they're mostly selfish people, you understand, because they're looking for an interest, is their interest first of all. Because when somebody does not, they're not trying to be honest to you, they are not trying to offend you, and they're not trying to offend you for a reason, and it's always for a selfish reason most times, you understand?
True. True.
Even it might even be as much as something as fickle as them trying to protect their own mental health. You understand? It is that them protecting their mental health is not looking out for you. It's them being selfish too. You understand?
Yeah. But I've come to realize most people actually do that because they're trying as much as possible. One, they don't want to be in anybody's bad books. That's one.
Yeah.
They don't want anybody to hate them, and two, because when they are in your bad book, that means they can't get opportunities anymore. They can't get anything from you anymore. So they don't want that. And something I've come to realize, I've talked about this with a few friends, and I realized, like, if you know how to like lie, kiss ass, you get more opportunities. Because people like lies. So they will rather like cajole you, make you happy, lie to you, and then you be in their good books, and then they can actually get what they want from you. So I get why people do that.
And I kind of worry about people that are comfortable with people buttering you up every time. You understand? Like some people live off of. That's why this is where the validation part also comes in. You understand? Some people live off of. They thrive when they are the center of attention or accolades, when people pay them, when people are always buttering them up, and most times, do you understand that buttering you up most times is a lie? Because it's always, in most cases, they are lying. You understand? Don't ever be comfortable with people always gassing you and spinning you up.
It's a big lie, because let me paint a scenario. I know this will sound funny, but it's the truth. For example, like, I don't know if you've noticed it, but think about it. I might be wrong, but think about it clearly. When you see two people who genuinely like each other, do you notice that you wouldn't see people like hailing them, oh, the best couple, whatever. But when you see somebody who they know, maybe the guy is just cheating on the girl, or the girl is cheating on the guy, they always hail them.
Yeah. Listen, there's something about something that's organic. You understand? There is no. When something is organic, it means you put too much work. You understand? Like, and you don't need too much for it to be thriving. You understand? It is simple. You understand?
Yeah.
When people are putting too much effort into making things look like it's not in public, for public, or not like in private for themselves, it's different when it is for the public, right?
Yeah.
Know that.
Yeah, but the point I'm trying to make is, like, for example, let's say you see somebody, the person is always telling you, the person doesn't have any. I'm not saying the person should have bad things to say about you all the time, but everything you say is good. Everything is good. That's so fake, because it's not real. That's so fake.
And
everything can be good.
That thing, they actually even bother me on the internet when I notice somebody particularly, or people particularly, always doing that for me or to me. It puts me off that person to an extent. Like, nah, don't do that, bro. Like, I'm human, and I also am worried about, I don't really be messing with people that actually want to agree with me every time, like on the internet, that you don't even know me. You don't even need to listen. Agree what you agree with, but there are things that you don't agree with, just let it go. Let's see, if you don't agree with it, let it go. If you don't want to look bad in my book, you understand, but don't come buttering me up over everything I tweet like that is the illest. Don't do that. Be doing it once in a while, because I know that sometimes I just talk shit, not trying to be offensive to anybody, or like, this is not that deep for me. Why it's not that deep for you either, you understand? You know. So I get it though, but I'm not comfortable with it. Maybe I'm just not comfortable with people gassing me up, or they won't make me. I know they're too comfortable with them. You understand?
Yeah. No, but I agree. For example, like, I write. Okay, so I write, and whenever I write and I get only compliments, I don't like it. I feel there's something wrong. I'm not saying I'm not a good writer or whatever, but you also want to see that people appreciate what you do and have a little bit of constructive criticism for you to make you better. If everything is so positive and positive, I don't think it helps anybody. It makes no sense to me. I feel like there's a little bit of, for example, if everybody's telling me everything is positive, sometimes I feel like deep down, I don't think they read this article in detail, because
exactly.
You must find something to.
That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, because you must find something you say that actually make me uncomfortable and maybe like think, okay, do you know what? I could actually like improve in this particular section or in this particular area. But if everything you say about whatever I do or the writing or whatever is positive, it makes me feel are you sure this person actually took out the time to actually read this thing properly?
Because if you actually read everything I actually read my work, right?
Yeah.
You are going to pick up, maybe if it is a line that is, even if you don't have to come put it in my comment section, come to my DM like, oh, yo, you see that this other part, do you think is going to be widely accepted like that? Don't you think it's controversial? Don't you think or just give me some kind of opinion that means to me that you saw my work.
Yeah, you thought about it actually. Like you actually thought about it, but if everything you say is always sure that you're just scheduling it makes me feel like okay, there's something wrong. Can I actually trust this person's opinion in anything on anything? Because I feel like you just want to give the person good review to make the person feel good, which is good, but at the end of the day it makes it like having a balance, giving telling the person the real truth and actually finding a way to criticize the person actually lets you know the person is actually real. But if you are so positive, you come off as fake, and if you are so negative, you come off as just a hater.
That's the world we are in. But there are some people that I actually like. This guy that sings, he brings every of his music. He won't come. I think will bring them my DM before you come and make it. I listen to him first. How do I feel? Because maybe he kind of like believes in my music taste or something.
Yeah.
He's been doing music. So once he knows when I'm not hype about stuff, but I try to encourage you as much as I can. So I'm not gonna kill because I know you have talent. First of all, if one of them no hit, one song no hit, you go see my enthusiasm when I talk about it. I tell you it's good, but but if it is good, I hail it. Then I pick up the part where I'm not really fucking with like that. You understand? Like if not the hook of the song, your bars, your lines, everything intact, but the hook, I felt like they were borrowing somebody's line. It didn't sound too original. It sounded like something I've heard before. I will let you know.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that you have to go change your whole song at that point. It might be too late. You understand? It just means this is something you should build on in your next project. You understand? It's something you can work on in your next project. You know. So that is how life is. And he's somebody that accepts that. I don't go around doing. When people send their music to me, before anybody sends their music to me, or I'll tell you, listen, are you ready for some truth? If you're not ready for some truth, please. If I don't know, I'll tell you now, you cut me off, I beg, let's not do it.
Yeah.
So you gotta be ready to for some honesty, And I feel like, bro, me, because I have adopted this nature of speaking my truth, always speaking my truth, it became a problem for me.
Yeah,
it's generally a problem for me right now not to be able to speak my truth. Even at work, they already understood that about me. You understand?
Yeah.
And because I work with white people understand the need to actually let everybody have a voice. You understand?
Yeah.
Regardless of whether it is offensive or not, or somebody doesn't like it, but everybody talk your truth. So maybe say, let it be on record that it was you said it. That's all they want to let record that it was said.
Yeah.
Even if it's attended to or not, you understand?
Yeah.
And people saying their truth is not always trying to kill you. It is always trying to, like, bro, in a relationship, me and you, we need to be comfortable inside that relationship, right? That means I used to be of this school of thought that, this retarded school of thought, which I'm gonna be telling you right now that is a retarded school of thought. This might come off as controversial, but it's retarded. When they say a happy wife is a happy life or a happy marriage, that is a retarded school of thought. Okay.
Yeah.
A happy is a happy home. If one person trades their happiness for the other person, that is the beginning of the end.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
If one person has to actually consciously choose to be unhappy, so the other person is happy, that is the beginning of the end. You understand?
True.
So if one emotions is not catered for, one feeling is not catered for, that is the beginning of the end. So let's not go around. What a happy wife causes is a peaceful home, but a peaceful home is not necessarily a happy home. You understand?
Yeah. So because it could be peaceful because one party is not actually saying anything. Everybody's scared.
Person has exited already. You understand?
Yeah, but and you know me for years now. You know this too. I can say anything to your face, but I've come to realize sometimes people don't appreciate that. I can say anything I want to say to your face. I will not say.
Do you understand?
I'll say it to
People
your
don't
face.
like that. Me, because it's something I adopted. I need to let people say what they want to say. I don't give a fuck. Say if it's offensive to me, we fight. You understand? That's it. You understand? Yeah. But you gotta say, I need to give you that room to say. I'm not like you. I'm not the type that wants to get emotional about people. Talk your shit. I like to hear your shit. So if it's something I need to beat you up for, or you need to beat me up for, we need to just talk your shit. It is necessary. Now that's allowing people talk. It is the necessary evil. It's a very, very necessary. It's not even evil. It's very, very necessary. Allowing people, because then you know somebody's mind. And I don't care how offensive you want to sound. Say your mind, and I want to know what you have in your mind. You understand? I'm in a more comfortable place when I know you hate me. You understand? Mm-hmm. I get more comfortable with somebody that I know doesn't like me than somebody that I'm second guessing how you feel about me. You understand?
No. But you walking up like I do it, or maybe that's how people read it. They think I hate them. Me walking up to you to tell you how I feel doesn't necessarily mean I hate you. To be fair, I'm just saying, but you have a point. The point you made there, because a lot of people, when you walk up to them and tell them, "Hey, I don't like what you did there. I don't like how you did this. I don't like," automatically they assume you hate them because they are so used to people not telling them how they feel. A lot of people are so used to that. So if you do that, it comes off, Ferdinand is a hater. Irene is a hater, but that's not. I mean, that's me telling you how I feel, so that I don't have to be resentful or whatever I see, I get angry. I don't need it. I don't need the negative energy. I'm telling you now so that we can actually know what's on my mind, and so that when I see you next time, we can actually laugh and move on with our lives. But I've noticed, like, most times when you do that, no matter, like, I've tried so many ways to do it: calm way, harsh way, loud way. No matter how you do it, it will always come off as as hating.
Another thing is they tell you people want to actually guilt you into feeling like it's your tone.
Exactly.
You understand?
But it's not the tone.
I come to realize it is not the tone. I go through shit in my life when I come to realize it's really not the tone. It is about you just not doing what they want. You understand? Yeah. Because if the tone, it is never about the tone, bro. Selfish people will make you feel like it's your tone when they actually are always just not happy about you them not getting their way. Yeah. You understand? Yeah. So it's never the tone. It's just about them not getting their way. So they now use the tone as the excuse because it is a less selfish excuse. It is something, instead of them to admit the guilt, they push the guilt on you. You understand? Because you spoke your mind. Because you spoke your truth.
Or back then they would now turn it and say, "Oh, this guy is always angry." But you are not angry. You're actually telling the person you don't like this. You can actually stop it, and then we can move on with our lives and do something else.
Do you understand that I don't have to be, for me to be serious with my life? You understand? For me to actually, it's not like I'm serious with it's not even me being serious with my life. It is me setting boundaries how I want my life to be easy for both of us relationship.
Exactly.
You understand? It is not necessarily for me. It is what works for both of us relationship. Is me telling you that, hey, this thing that you did the last time, if it repeats itself, it's not funny to me. I don't like it. You understand? Or not necessarily me even whining you about something. It's me telling you about the fact that, okay, maybe if you go outside, maybe we'll go out together and you act some kind of funny way. You understand? And I tell you, like, say you are funny to the women out there, or you're doing the most. And I tell you, oh, nigga, that time we're out, you did the most, or like, you need to just calm your energy a little. People start. And you look at it as me, hating on you, or it is me. That is not me hating on you. That is me trying to be comfortable the next time I go out with you, or I might just not go out with you no more.
Like, that's how I see it. Yeah, but a lot of people see it the wrong way, and when you tell them how you feel, like, the thing is, once things get on my nerves, like, instead of me to, and I say it all the time, every time I talk to people, I tell them the most important thing to me, because Ferdinand, we all know these things. It's easy to bring that Jonesy energy, positive energy, and laugh and Jones. It's easy. But what becomes where the problem now? When we now start having issues where we have conflicts, then can I actually sit down and actually talk about those, or have that uncomfortable conversation and tell you I don't like this, I don't like that. That's where a lot of people start fighting. But I don't want to be in a situation where I cannot say what I want to say. I never would. I want to be able to sit down, talk to you, and tell you I don't like this, I don't like that. But but just like I said, see, the uncomfortable conversation is still something that is very hard for a lot of people. It's either they just ghost you or they hate you or whatever.
I told you, just like I told someone, if this someone just recently, like it wasn't been long ago that somebody told me something that like it just happened to me, so I know how bad it is. It was just like a perfect topic right now today. Like I'm like, wow, this just happened to me recently. Yeah. How bad it is with how some people are not even willing to actually entertain the thoughts that, you know, they will look less than a saint.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Like that criticism actually questions, sometimes they feel like it questions their personality, questions their morality, questions their, you know, bro, I'm not questioning shit. I'm just trying to not look at you like a mad person. Clear me up. That's all I need.
Yeah.
I need to know I'm having a relationship or a conversation or some kind of whatever it is with somebody that has that has a brain in their head, you understand, or that don't look at me like I'm retarded. It's just me. I'm trying to simplify what we have. Clear me up.
Yeah. That's true. But just like I said, it is something a lot of people have issues with. They always want to be around positive energy. They always want to be around people who are having fun. But I don't think that's realistic. We can't have fun all the time. Like all of us, we like to jones, we like to say stupid stuff. But when it gets to the point where, for example, there's something you do, and I know that I'm actually resenting you now. So instead of talking about it, so that next time I see you, we'll have more fun together. I will not say anything. I'll go behind you and say rubbish stuff about you. And then when I see you, I start acting as if everything is good and start resenting. I don't need that energy. It's waste of my time. But a lot of people believe that's the best way to go. Like, you don't have to show people you don't like that you don't like them. I'm not saying you should show them you don't like them, but it's good to have that conversation so that you can actually be comfortable and actually just do your thing with the person and sit down with the person. You guys don't have to be the best of friends or whatever, but you guys can actually sit down and